Hello, everybody, and welcome back into Gamecock Central. I'm Kendall Smith, joined alongside of Wes Mitchell here with some breaking news. South Carolina's offensive coordinator, Marcus Satterfield, is taking the OC job at Nebraska, coaching alongside of Matt Rule, the former Panthers coach, who now just recently took the head coaching job at Nebraska. And Wes, this is some big news, obviously, not just for Cornhusker fans, but for Gamecock fans as well. Happened very, very quickly, very soon after that Clemson win. So tell us what you know about this rapidly developing situation on Marcus Satterfield.
Yeah, so I think Kendall, immediately when Rule got the Nebraska job, or even go back to when he got fired by the Panthers, people were already kind of putting the pieces together, connecting the dots. Would it be possible that Satterfield would join Rule again, wherever he lands? And then he gets the Nebraska job. It was already rumored that this might be a possibility. They have been together at multiple other stops. You go back to Temple, Baylor, with the Panthers. These two guys have been connected, so it only made sense. And, let's be honest, this has been a rocky 2 years for Marcus Satterfield as far as kind of the relationship with the fan base. The fan base has been on him from the very beginning. And, I honestly think this could be one of the rare occasions, Kendall, where it kind of just works out for everybody involved. Obviously, there's a great comfort level with Rule and Satterfield, and those guys have been together for many, many years. And then, you kind of wondered, even with the final two games and how they went, how sustainable was it going to be between Satterfield and, not that the fan base carries all the power, but I mean, you saw it, Kendall, like lots of just pretty strong stuff directed from the fans towards Satterfield and his family, frankly, during his time here. So maybe just one of these things where it was going to be best for a break for everybody.
And it's really interesting because, as you mentioned, the last two games were great for South Carolina, taking down two top 10 teams in a row in Tennessee and Clemson. So a little less chirping, a little less hate towards Marcus Satterfield during those last 2 weeks. So when people look back on his time at South Carolina, Wes, how do you think they're going to view it? Because it's so interesting. You had some low lows, but then you also had your high highs of the Duke's Mayo Bowl and the last 2 weeks, of course.
Yeah, I think you framed that up very well, Kendall. Like, I think that was kind of the issue, was that there's this huge gap between the highs and the lows. And I think Gamecock fans, frankly, were right in wanting a little bit more consistency, wanting to see an offense that on a more consistent basis put a great product out there. However, I think the people that have tried to even maybe take a little bit of shine off of what he did the last 2 weeks need to give him his due. I mean, he was the play caller. He's the offensive coordinator. He deserves all the credit for South Carolina's ability or what they put on the field against Tennessee, against Clemson. And I think there's going to be a lot of mixed feelings because, yes, there were times when the offense absolutely was not good enough, but he also helped deliver. I mean, this is probably one of the best 2-week stretches in South Carolina football history. So you got to give the man credit for that. He put it all together at the end. I mean, that was as flawless of a performance against Tennessee as you'll ever see from an offense. And then you beat Clemson on the way out. It's got to feel a little bit good, I would think, for Marcus Satterfield to leave on that note and kind of showing that it can be done, that he can do it. So I think a lot of people will be very curious to see also how it goes at Nebraska and what has he learned from his experience, obviously, at South Carolina.
It's definitely going to be something to follow, especially as South Carolina heads into a bowl game. Who's going to be calling the plays at that bowl game? We'll keep you posted with everything that we know on GamecockCentral.com. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to follow us on all of our social medias at Gamecock Central. But some really, really big news coming out of the football program today, and we will stay on top of it for all of you as it continues to develop. Marcus Satterfield heading to Nebraska to become the new offensive coordinator under Matt Rule. Wes, thank you so much for your insight. Never a dull moment, even after the Clemson game. There's still news coming out, but we're keeping everybody posted, right?
We are, and be on the lookout, Gamecock Central, because now, Kendall, We have a coaching search to handle. So offensive coordinator names, we're going to be digging in. Chris Clark, myself, Colin, the full crew. We'll be trying to find some names to throw out there. I know y'all are very curious, but Kendall, real quick, I think this is a program now where Beamer has a lot to sell, not just to recruits, but to whoever that new OC may be coming in for South Carolina. So we knew it was going to be an interesting offseason. So far, it has not disappointed.
Coaching search, transfer portal, recruiting, signing day, it's all happening at once. December is very, very busy. So if you're going to subscribe, now is the time to subscribe to Gamecock Central. Wes, appreciate it so much. Appreciate all of you for tuning in. My name is Kendall Smith. He's Wes Mitchell. This has been a breaking news update here on Gamecock Central, and we will see you all soon.